Hang on, what's going on? Oh, I bet I need to run the multi-patch again. Is this what we need to do? Okay. This is going to take a hot second because there's a lot of stuff it has to merge. Come on. I forgot that I had to switch from the Deja Black Eye Blades operative install to the Permadeath one. So that's why we're running a little late today. There shouldn't actually be that many differences, but here we go. I'm assuming that's what it's fussing about. Okay. What I was trying to remember, and I couldn't off the top of my head, is whether or not we had scheduled a performance, and if so, at what inn. So we'll have to see. But I do know that we are making our way to Goldstone in Anvil because we're investigating what seems like an unfair imprisonment of a sea elf. And Admiral Hassey seemed to show some interest in it, because the head of the Navy certainly wasn't. Well, come along. There we go. Okay. Alright, what time is it?
Glory and honor, emperor and empire.
Ah. Are you looking to join the Kingdom of Anvil? If you wish to join the Kingdom of Anvil, you must make a pledge of loyalty to Silvus Auric. He can be found in the Great Hall. One of the servants has been in a bad way lately. She's asking anyone who will listen to help her out. Something to do with a friend of hers. Okay.
Glory and honor, emperor and empire.
I'm peckish. Should put my hat back on. Some Clovian cheese. I'm looking for the Admiral. I've been waiting here for hours. Do you think they'd send someone? I'm Amia Farola. I have a petition for the Queen, if only she would see me. I don't suppose. Colaria is a living legend among Western merchants and diplomats. She resides in Anvil at the moment in a fancy suite on the marina. If you wish to learn the ropes of the trade, there's no better person to talk to. It'll cost you, though. I'm more interested.
I'm not busy now. What do you need?
In where I can find the Admiral. Directions?
Glory and honor, emperor and empire.
Some goblins have taken over the lowest level of the sewers beneath the castle. One of the staff said they arrived on a raft. Imagine that, sailing goblins. Both of the queens live here in Goldstone. There's also Lanton Chaskav, the captain of the guard, and Baralorn, the court wizard. Admiral Hassie. Where do I find Admiral Hassie? I need to find the Admiral. And we need to be back in town by 6 o'clock to perform. You're not who I'm looking for. You
Happy
are
to help.
definitely not
What's
who
your
I'm
problem?
looking for. Going down is probably not the correct direction. Oh, hey. Visitor list. Guard. There are not a lot of people in this castle. Goldstone. I think we're out of sight. You can't be suspicious of a man with a lute. There's no way he's up to trouble. He just has a lute. Rigging block. Okay. For a second there, I was getting very Man in the Iron Mask feels. You're not suspicious of a man with a lute?
Let's hear it.
Well, if you'd like to give me instructions on how to find the Admiral, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to wander around this castle on my own. I'm not having a whole lot of luck with that. No, I want upper halls. I want to go up. I have a performance I need to attend to. I can't just hang around here all day. Where is the Admiral?
Greetings.
Are you here regarding a bounty? All the current bounties are posted on the board by the main entrance door to Goldstone. If you capture any wanted criminals alive, then bring them here to me and I'll take charge of their incarceration in the dungeon. Speak to Lantin Chaskav for more information on bounties and all matters related to payment. Talk to Lantin if you want to collect a bounty. Climb to the top of the grand staircase and exit through the door into the upper courtyard. Cross the courtyard and enter the garrison building on your left. Lantin's office is on the top floor of the garrison building. Okay.
Yes?
These are the lower halls, but I came out down at the bottom. Dungeons. Ooh. Great Hall. Quite steep stairs. Well, this is quite lovely. Odd little forgotten corner, I guess.
Glory and honor, emperor and empire.
Ah. Say your piece or move along, Jester. Her Highness isn't much for waiting. I'm Admiral Hassey of the West Navy. It is my honor and great joy to count myself among the Queen's closest advisors. Tildorus Cadmarius is in charge of that. You'll find him over in his tower. Questioning hasn't yielded any results. Unsolo has to be released. You know what? You're right. Tildorus has been keeping that poor Mur in jail for ages without anything to show for it. You needn't worry about the details, Jester. I may not have official authority to release Unsolio, but there are plenty of people in Fort Teledrac who'll listen to what I say, and if the Navarch has a problem with that, he can say it to my face. Cool.
You've got my ear. Let's hear it.
Hello. Are you here to join the Kingdom of Anvil? Perhaps you'd like to hear our rules and requirements first. As a representative of the Crown, your loyalties are to the Kingdom, the Queen, and your fellow citizens, in that order. Do not harm another servant of the Kingdom unless in self-defense. Never steal from another servant of the Kingdom. Act swiftly against threats to the Kingdom of Anvil wherever you find them. The Kingdom of Anvil requires those who are strong and agile enough to defend their empire. Long blades and ranged weaponry are the tools of traditional Anvil warriors, while light and heavy armor are equally favored among the troops. Being able to travel long distances quickly, regardless of your equipment, is a must. Of course, there's more to kingdom affairs than war, and those who are able to negotiate and barter skillfully are as valuable as soldiers during peacetime. I've dedicated my life to serving the kingdom and Queen Malona, and I have no regrets. Service to the kingdom is a noble calling. You seem competent enough. I am prepared to accept you as a hireling if you make a pledge of loyalty to the kingdom, the queen, and all her subjects. I will take the pledge. Excellent. Repeat after me. I swear to serve the kingdom as the kingdom serves the empire. I swear to serve the kingdom as the kingdom serves its empire. I swear to protect Her Majesty Queen Malona of Anvil as she protects those who comprise her kingdom. I swear to protect Her Majesty Queen Malona of Anvil as she protects those who comprise her kingdom. I swear to defend the good citizens of the land as they defend the honor of their people. In recognition of your pledge, I accept you into Queen Malona's service. You are now a hireling of the Kingdom of Anvil. I have duties for you on behalf of the Queen. The kingdom's marshals may also require your assistance. You may seek them out as you see fit. The Anvil guards have received reports of 2 intruders in the Connemorous crypt. The guards seem convinced this is standard crypt robbery, but I have my doubts. Connemorous crypt is nearly barren of valuables. It is, however, the future residing place of Queen Malona, leading me to believe this is some kind of statement against her. Make your way to the crypt as soon as possible. To get there, exit through the city's northeastern gate and follow the wall west until you reach the graveyard. Deal with the intruders as you see fit, and discover what you can about their motives. Okay, so now maybe we can get a patron? Maybe? Okay. Don't make trouble in Goldstone, Jester. I'm Aelis Almaron, the head of Her Highness's personal guard. The Queen is well protected in her great hall, but there are some who might seek to harm her or Queen Isodi here. Queen Isodi is the second wife of King Claudius. While she shares Malona's title, she wields none of the power and has grown isolated and bitter since Claudius's disappearance. Claudius is, perhaps was, the duly elected king of Anvil. He disappeared from Goldstone without a trace some time ago. Between his 2 wives, Malona and Isodi, Malona was wed to him the longest, and so the crown passed to her in Claudius's absence. Okay.
I'm not busy now. What do you need?
I did not realize the Queen was permitting travelers to enjoy the Solar. Ah, but I forget my manners. How may I help you, Jester? A pleasure, to be sure. I'm Calixta Avidrian. I'm Goldstone's court historian and archivist. I maintain this library for Her Highness and her successors. You're a savant. They say all of Goldstone is woven through with secret passages that go everywhere in the castle. I've heard that not even the queens know all of them. Ah, jeez, what is this nonsense? Chapel Tower.
Crime doesn't pay.
Garrison. Shrine of who? Saint Sepphoris.
Glory and honor, Emperor and Emperor.
Okay.
Serve the Emperor and the Emperor's law.
Okay, but how does one get out of here? I really wish I had a mark and recall spell. Because I know I am going to be so very, very lost. Very quickly. Vaults. Goldstone. Okay, they're the gallows that we saw. Charming. That's the garrison. Interesting. Grand foyer. Or foyer. However you want to say it. Okay. I need to go down. So we need to be back in the city to give our performance. Then tomorrow, perhaps, I can go talk to that sea elf. See what else we can learn.
Glory and honor.
Where's the
Emperor
rickshaw?
and
Wish to speak?
Yes, travel. Oh, that's right, we're not very good at talking to people.
Friend. My turn to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings.
Yeah, it's gross out here.
Happy to help. What's your problem? Do you want something from me?
Is this the... That's the house. It's this building over here. I believe.
You've got my ear, let's hear it.
If there's a barrel at the bottom of the barrel, that's where you'll find it. You won this round.
Keep practicing far from here. You earn no tips, better luck next time.
What was that?
I'm not busy now. What do you need?
Thanks for playing. Here's your payment. There's always brush fires starting up near the Western Gold Road. It's only a matter of time before one of them gets out of hand. Not exactly the kind of...
You've got my ear, let's hear it.
rumor we were looking for, but we were instructed to find... Oh, the weather's much nicer now. We were instructed to check on that crypt, so we might as well go check on that crypt.
Do you want something from me?
Happy to help. What's your problem?
Northeastern gate, follow the wall west until you reach the graveyard. Oh, patrol. Oh, look, there's a person. We can talk to them. Surely.
How can I help you?
Seems like all kinds of dissident movements are stirring. Murukatis, alien revivalists, brass cultists, Akurians, Daedric cults, abolitionists, the Kali Mez. I don't know how the legions are going to keep a lid on all of them. Little Laurenthia's on the other side of the city walls from where the cemetery is. You'll need to enter through the main gate, though. It's to the southwest. Okay. I thought this was where... No, this is a different crypt. Okay. Here it is. This is the Queen's crypt. We should perhaps get a better spell. Or a better weapon. We learned the fire spell because, it's flashy. We can use it in our performances.
Die,
Surrender your life to me
scoundrel.
and I will end your pain.
Die, scoundrel.
Oops. No! Yes. Here died Alpha. First of the lot. Okay. Leave a relic. Well, alright, do we leave the extravagant hat or the loot? I honestly think the hat. So, we will do a new game. And we will go with Bravo since we're just going to go through the NATO alphabet unless anyone has any recommendations. Alright, reroll a Chimer woman. Okay. Doesn't seem like we have a great deal of options. I kind of like that one. See if we can get her some better hair. Her ears are way too big there. There's that. Alright. Pick from class list. Goldsmith. Specialization magic. Rest in peace for the hat. That was a great hat. It really was. Goldsmith. Magic. Okay. Conjurer armor. Mercantile. Sariala's silver tongue. That's misspelled. Okay. Fortify speech and personality. Wow. What bard mod you working with to play those tunes? It's Merlord's Bardic Inspiration, I think. Not real sure, but I know it was by Merlord. Okay, random. Adopted by nobles. Adopted by a noble family at a very young age, you lived a life of comfort and luxury. You had a formal education where you learned to read and speak with manners, intelligence. However, being waited on hand and foot has left you with a lack of willpower. You're provided with a set of expensive clothing, a gift from your adoptive parents. Okay. And then lost in the Ashlands. We may not live very long, but here we go. Okay, we're gonna have hammers. Let's go with some survival gear. Some food. And a weapon. Okay. Yes, Bardic. Okay, it is Bardic Inspiration. And those background options are amazing. Yes. Alright. We are a Chimer. We are lost in the wilderness, in the Ashlands. We may or may not survive. Okay. But hey, at least we've got some cooked crab meat. This is a silt strider. Husk. How did we even end up here? That's a rock. Well, I guess we just start walking in a direction and see where it takes us. Either we'll hit the ghost fence or we'll hit the water. Or we'll get... Do I have any spells? Oh good, I do. Maybe not... let's avoid the Daedric Shrine. That would probably be a good idea. Let's see, Merlord really changed how I played the game. Been lurking and loving the streams. Morrowind Permadeath runs are great. Your mod selection is great. Aw, thank you. Morrowind really is the ultimate sandbox. That it is. And yes, so much more dimension by just adding in, like, Ashfall. And... oh dear. Alright. That's what you're supposed to do with summons, right? We're not going to be looking at eating human flesh. No. I have a feeling we're not going to last very long. Yes, ancestor spirit, protect us. Oh no! Yes. Mm. Yeah, that didn't take long at all. But I mean, 2 bats and a rat and a Nyx hound, we were doomed. I mean, the diamond has the most value. Okay, so definitely gathering firewood was a lot easier way to ease into the game. Are we doing this? Mm-hmm. No, don't report it to Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't want to know what's going on with Morrowind. Okay. Morrowind's like, well, what did you expect? If you died that fast, clearly you don't want to be playing. Yes, Morrowind is the first and only Elder Scrolls game. I've played maybe 15 minutes of Oblivion when it first came out. So I got very salty that it was not the tropical rainforest that we had been promised by the Pocket Guide. It's like, what is this generic Lord of the Rings fantasy nonsense? So the non-swamp Oblivion, which is part of the reason that I have Project Cyrodiil installed, and what I'm seeing, it's very, very interesting geographically. Okay, wait, what are we doing? New. Oh, we done Imperial, so we gotta re-roll again. Rotha. Okay. I believe there's only a couple of face changes for this race. And only 2 hair. Okay. Rotha Rogue. Okay, that's This is going to be interesting. They're not exactly what I would call the sneakiest of people. Alright. A hunter. Alright, that'll help with sneaking, hopefully. Charlie. Gray child, you were born with a pale complexion and strangely sharp teeth. How would you even know? Animals are uneasy around you and sunlight makes your skin tingle. Were you cursed? Perhaps your mother or father is a vampire. Regardless, you feel most at home in the cold and dark. During the night, the following skills increase by 5. Sneak, athletics, mysticism, illusion, and destruction. However, during the day, your endurance and willpower are reduced by 10. Alright. Faction, you're an associate of the Mages Guild. Okay, I guess starting in Caldera is fine. Definitely want thieves' tools, and we'd like a weapon. And then... take some potions. Alright. Okay. We are massive. We are not sneaky. Okay. We have fortify hand to hand. Okay, what is our best weapon? Hand to hand would be the best. Short blade following. Okay, so we should probably put the iron saber someplace else. Welcome! I get a fishy stick. Here's the apprentice's mage robe. You might not think it to look at me, but I came from Cyrodiil. I know, I've adopted the local accent well. Not by choice. Comes from years of breathing that damn ash from Red Mountain. My imperial attitude and manners are well suited to this place. In Caldera, I'm largely free from foolish native traditions and superstitions. Yes, I have a small matter you may assist me with. I need you to deliver a coded message to Melvos O'Rathi. I need you to deliver this message to Melvos. He rents a room at the Lucky Lockup in Balmora. I'd advise asking Amelia to teleport you to our guild there unless you enjoy the walk. No sense in wasting time now, is there? He's a scholar and a gentleman, despite what others might say. Medlia moves with such grace, with that quiet kind of beauty. She distracts me from my studies, distracts me pleasantly. It's not right, I know, between a master and his pupil, not against guild rules, but against my own. I'm sorry, associate, you don't want to hear all this sentimental scuttle. What can I assist you with? Perform any duties. Okay. Sud?
I'm sure we can work out a fair price.
Traveler's Guide. Anything of interest? Lots of cheap shit. Room for rent 800 septims a year. Inquire with Medilla and Darin. Sought mage in good standing with the guild to share rent on rooms. No pets, no conjuring, absolutely no necromancy. Good hygiene is a must. Yeah, unfortunately we are not going to be able to afford...
Oh, friend.
How do you do,
How
madam?
about a potion today?
What do you want?
Have you heard anything about Raylan Davilu? Or perhaps you're here on other business. Did you want to discuss the room for rent? He's gone missing. He took his belongings with him and left via guild guide, so it appears to have been his choice to leave. Falm said it was his decision, and refuses to send out a search party, and I do see his logic. But I can't help but wonder. Please, if you have any information, let me know. I have duties here at the guild that I cannot abandon to help with the search, but I can offer a small reward for any news. You're right, that is concerning. I'll help you find him. Thank you, Charlie. It eases my worry to know something is being done. Raylan didn't tell anyone where he was going, but he took all his belongings, so it must have been something he was planning, and recently he'd been asking questions about House Telvanni. Last anyone saw of him was when he took a guide teleport, but Amelia says he traveled to Vivec, not Sadrith Mora. I do hope he hasn't gone to the Telvanni. He's an outlander, naive, and the Telvanni are dangerous. Please, find him, Charlie. Before we start walking, we need to figure out coded message. Yeah, I have no idea what that says. The cake and the diamond. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can sell that robe. That would be good.
Who are you?
Interested in purchasing anything? Care to trade?
No.
May I interest you in something?
Actually, I think Germaine has a good deal of gold.
Good day to you, Outlander. Can I be of service to you?
I thought I saw...
I would really like to see the Guar races tonight.
thought I saw Khajiit, but I guess not. Who are you? Mercenary from Nibene and Cyrodiil. Psst, Charlie, I've got something that'll interest you. They say Shank, the Redguard tavern owner, well, he ain't as innocent as he appears. Word is, he killed his wife and buried her right behind his own inn, using the very shovel he displays so proudly. They call it Shank's shovel, but some folks say it's become Sarah's grave.
This better be important.
Alright. Do I have a spell with which to defend myself? No. Tail crack. Let's see if I can walk to Caldera or to Balmora without dying horrifically. Who are you? You're a traitor.
If I can help, I will, but don't take too much time.
You don't have a Silt Strider. These caravanners, all this false advertising. I'm very cold. Alright. Light armor. We'll have to get some of that. Oh, that's right, we don't have Lifeblood of Balmora in this install. Okay. We can definitely go to the Lucky Lockup.
Move along.
Oh, really? You're gonna bully me? I'm like 5 times your size.
Eyes of polished amber, hair swept like a comet's tail, soul alive with love under pregnant golden sail.
That's Gribby Mage? Good riddance, I say. Yes, he used to rent a room here, until the guards handed him off, that is, about 3 days ago. You wouldn't believe what I found. Scrawlings and Daedric signs chalked all over his room. Sinister stuff. Took me hours of scrubbing the walls before the place was fit for newcomers. What's that? No, I don't know where he might be right now, and I don't much care. Okay. Maybe one of the other patrons? Chuna, perhaps? Melvos used to drink here. Haven't seen him in a couple of days, though.
Summoned by another question.
So much for getting out of the rain. Hull. Spare a few coins for a sailor with no ship? I was a sailor, yes, but the ship I was on ran aground. I've been here ever since. Not much use for an Argonian sailor here. I beg and do odd jobs. It keeps me fed. Spare a coin? Here. Thank you kindly, Hratha. Let me know if I can do anything in return. Tell me about your ship. The ship? It was the Lady Lamia, a smuggling ship, I'm ashamed to say. We ran aground in a storm on one of those little islands east of Vivec, just north of some Daedric ruins. The captain got a new ship, the Harpy, but most of the old crew is as deserted as the ship, scattered to the 4 winds. I sometimes wonder if any of the ebony is still there, but I don't know if I could even find the ship now. It's been years. There's a guild of astrologians at the top of Arkanthand who've uncovered a new area of the ruins. They plan on discovering lost Dwemer knowledge of the stars. I miss the sea, especially the inner sea and Topol Bay. They can both be treacherous, but they are calm and beautiful much of the time. I don't think I could go back. Veldro Sadri at the temple is asking for anyone who might be traveling toward Ghostgate to seek them out to help with some small tasks. Strange that the master of the Balmora temple would not ask one of their own. You're standing in it. What more do you need to know about Balmora? I suppose I could tell you more if there's something in it for me. Okay, so I suppose we could go to one of the guard towers. That would be, I guess, a good place. And there's normally no guard tower here. Okay.
Speak, traveler.
This looks very wide.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Hmm. Imperial diplomat was killed right in the high town. The entire city guard's now on edge, but so far the search for the culprit has not been particularly successful. There was even an investigator from the Moonmoth Legion fort who came. This is the same Dunmer legionnaire who came around last time something like this happened. Okay. Hmm. If you want to talk business, talk with Nileno Dorvain. Okay. Sword of the White Woe. That
Go
would
on about your business.
Hmm. Nothing here about the scabby little mage.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
Do you happen to know anything? No? The Thieves Guild, they're like any trade guild, an organization of professionals, except their professionals are thieves, robbers, pickpockets, smugglers, and other enterprising operators. People hire them to steal goods from those who they hate, members of rival factions, etc. If you wish for someone else's goods and you can't get them by yourself, go ask the Guild of Thieves. They'll surely find them for you. I don't think the drunk will be of any help.
Speak, traveler. Speak, traveler.
I heard the East Empire Company was fed up with Ashfall and were looking for a different source of ebony. That's not very helpful. Maybe the other mages will know what's going on with Melvos, since the guards in the guard tower didn't. What do you want, associate? Do you want more duties or not? I don't have any duties for an associate. Speak with me when you've proven yourself. Someone said that Larius Varro over at Fort Moonmoth is looking for you. Said he wanted to talk to you. Don't know what about. Okay. After you study the tome and practice the spell described within, you feel a new spell enter your mind. The Burning Hand. Yay. Spirit of the Aedra. Yes, Halfwit? I'm Tarankar, apprentice of the Mages Guild. You can pronounce my name. Incredible. What depths of insight will you share next? Heard that Folmes Muriel, the leader of the guild branch in Caldera, is still investigating the disappearance of our fellow Khajiit guild members. I wonder why he cares so much about this when it's been months and so few in the guild really miss their presence. Speak with Ajira for duties. The Mages Guild.
Well, well, well. Looks like they'll let any old halfwit into the guild these days.
Terenker's got more magical talent in his little finger than many guild members twice his rank. Not the easiest fellow to get along with, though. Can I sell you some stuff?
All right, I'm listening. I don't know if I can help you, but I'll try.
Set his ass on fire. But hey, at least I'm warm now. Ajira made a bet with Galbadir about who would get to the rank of journeyman first. I hope it doesn't end up with more flame atronachs in the guild library this time. They've been mad at each other's throats since they got here over which one's a better mage and whether Khajiit are better thieves than Bosmer. Mages Guild's a rat's nest. Unsound practices, slipshod scholarship, politics, lame brains, and lunatics. But essential for research, and worthwhile for the discounts on services. If nothing else, Marayan Dren here, she's not so bad. Good intentions. And Edwina Elbert over in Aldrun. Interesting projects. A bit out of touch, perhaps, but sound and sensible.
May your battle show only victory, friend.
Nothing interesting there.
What assistance do you need?
What brings you to Ajira's shop? Do you want duties from Ajira? Yes, Ajira has duties for you. Before Ajira can be a journeyman of the Mages Guild, Ajira must study local mushrooms. To finish Ajira's report, Ajira needs samples of Luminous rulusa, Violet coprinus, Bungler's Bane, and Hyphaeacia. Ajira knows you can find all of these on the Bitter Coast. Easiest way is to go south along the River Odai until you see a wooden bridge across the river. Get out of the river there and find a path west over the hills. Charankir does not seem to think much of Ajira, and Ajira does not think much of him. Ajira does not like the Telvanni, but even Khajiit like the smell of bug musk. Try some and smell how all the men like you. Coprinus comes from long-stemmed toadstools which glow blue at night. The Odai is the river here in Balmora, goes right through the middle of town. Ajira does not understand why there are not more like her in the guilds of Vardenfell. Ajira was told before coming to this island that there were many more Khajiit mages here, but when she arrived there were so few. It is very sad. Sometimes Ajira feels a bit lonely. Bungler's Bane grows on trees, and sometimes other things. It looks like tree has brown shelves. Ajira warns you not to eat Bungler's Bane. Ajira sells potions of health restoration for when you are bleeding, and potions of restore fatigue for when you are weary. Ajira knows. You have the, what do you call it? The curiosity? Yes, Ajira likes to reach all the high places too, and Ajira has just the potion for you, a potion of rising force. Hyphaeacia looks much like Bungler's Bane and grows like a shelf on trees and other things. Hyphaeacia is safe to eat, but make sure it is not Bungler's Bane. Yes, Ajira sells Motzi Flim and Sujama. They make you strong as a coyote and half as smart. Puts hair on your face. Rulusa comes from a short, smelly toadstool, which is brown on top. No, I don't have them yet. Okay.
At your service, Outlander.
Do you know anything about Melvos? Alright, so no one here wants to talk about Melvos, but we have a mission to hunt mushrooms.
Go now.
I wonder if the random guard on the street knows anything about Melvos. Arrested, eh? Not while I was on duty. They may still be holding him over at Fort Moonmoth if they haven't shipped him down to the mines. Okay.
Keep moving.
This J just keeps getting better and better and better. I suppose I should go to the outfitters. See if I can get like a shirt and a water skin.
Whatever you want, within reason. Shall we barter now? Whatever you want, within reason.
What is that? Well, that's a cool basket.
Shopping, are we? You'll love my selection. Whatever you want, within reason. I am honored. Take your time browsing through my selections. See something you like. I am honored. Take your time browsing through my selections.
I was hoping you had like a plain that works. Plain shirt and then a wood axe. Like a water skin. I guess a teapot works too. Okay. It's a little more warmth. I don't think I can wear shoes. It seems like we need to go to Fort Moonmoth. That is where we are being pointed by basically everyone. Phantom Guar are so cute. Eat my fishy stick. Rue brush, crashweed.
Speak, traveler.
Melvos was being held here in the cells until we transport him to the mine. I hear there's a secret organization called the Twin Lamps. It helps runaway slaves escape. It's against the law to aid runaway slaves, but I think slavery's wrong, and I can understand why these abolitionists would be willing to break the law. I wonder why he had... Quit walking away from me, sir.
At your service, Outlander. My selection can't be beat.
Cure common disease.
You'll find no better selection in town. I'm listening.
He's in the cells. Okay, that was odd.
Let's hear it.
Maybe the cells are in here. Nope. Alright, these are not very well named. Take care when walking the roads. There have been rumors of a bandit robbing careless travelers near Holawad. A number of careless travelers have been attacked recently. Seems there's a Nord near Holawad who's been robbing the unwary. If you happen upon him, take care, and of course I'd be grateful if you took care of that little problem for me. In the Empire, the Thieves' Guild is old and powerful, but here in Morrowind, the Thieves' Guild is young and weak. The old and powerful criminal guild of Morrowind is the Kamana Tong. The Kamana Tong doesn't like the Thieves' Guild a lot, and the feeling's mutual. I'm a warrior by trade. House Dunmer are the common dark elves of Morrowind. They live everywhere on Vardenfell, in towns, villages, manors, and farms. Okay.
Yes.
Sure, you can talk to Melvos. Don't try anything smart, Rotha. You'll regret it.
Anytime now.
What brings you all the way down here? I'd shake your hand, but the guards might take it the wrong way. Just slip it to me, quick, before the guard gets suspicious. There you go. I appreciate the warning. A little late. Tell Folmes Mariel not to worry. I can take care of myself. Anything else interesting down here? No.
Yes, friend.
There we go. Clean water in the teapot. Lucius Varro is the man. He is the man. With a plan. Okay, so Folmes... We need to go back and tell the boss that, his buddy has been imprisoned. Or we could go pick mushrooms. Let's go back and tell the boss his buddy's imprisoned. Pretty sure that person wearing the Imperial Navy gear that we just walked past is a bandit, but they don't want to mess with Charlie. Nobody wants to mess with Charlie.
I'm listening.
Hello, lady.
Oh, we were gonna get some armor. That's right. We've got, gauntlets, but we need pretty much everything else. I don't think we can wear boots.
Hail, Outlander. I've great prices for you today.
And you sell weapons. He's got a few pieces of armor, but not what I'd be wanting.
How do you do?
Here we go. Light armor. Netch is 5. Chitin is obviously better. Any greaves? Netch leather greaves. Okay. That'll keep me warmer, too. Now we can go back to Caldera.
Move along.
I'm moving, I'm moving. Bitter green, bitter green, bitter green. Fresh. Oh my word. See if we can get back to town before. Too bad you aren't actually a caravaner. That may be your professed trade, but you are not actually a caravaner. Don't have a rented room at the Mages Guild, but 800. We should have slept back in Balmora. They are not fussy about who bunks down there. Oh well. We'll stop in at Shank's Shovel. Bed there.
Are you wounded?
Yes, I'm wounded, child.
Golden goblets overflow with wine. A soldier dancer with eyes so fine. A circlet of rubies crowns her head. Tangled blankets as you fall in bed.
Oh, hello.
Hot grease drips into the
El Musa Dramori is suffering from some kind of Dunmer curse. Hasn't slept well in days. House Redderans really steamed up about the Caldera land grab. They say Caldera's in their territory and that they should have gotten the charter. Worst yet, they said that Halu is skimming off the top of the Imperial Fat Cat company that got the charter. So, since it's an Imperial company, Red Thorn can't even get a house war contract on it. It'll come to violence, you mark my words. You see, a few months ago, Sarah Shank, that's Shank's wife, vanished without a trace. It was like she disappeared into thin air. Now, normally, people would expect her husband to be distraught, desperate to find her. But Shank, he ain't saying a word, refuses to talk about it, as if he's hiding something. And the townsfolk, well, they suspect foul play. There are whispers in the streets, suspicions that he had a hand in her disappearance. That shovel? It gives me the creeps, to be honest. Ever since Sarah disappeared, I can't help but wonder if there's something more to it. Shank's attachment to that thing, naming the inn after it and all. It's just strange, you know? Makes you wonder if he's hiding something. Did you take a look at it? The Thieves' Guild doesn't have public guild halls, but they do tend to gather in a single location, usually a corner club or trade house in larger towns. Umusa Dramori keeps her house during the day, but Rishajir knows she goes on walks at night. Rishajir sees her many times. Thanks, Rishajir. Sorry for butting in on your room. I was just exhausted.
Good ships along Leowin await the morning tide. In ale as well we took on ore, had Wakalovian bread. Timber we shipped in Bravo port, then sailed for Blackwood Head.
There was some orc in town recently, running around like a madman from the guards. I don't know what that was about, but it was funny to watch. Sarah's my wife, and I don't want to talk about her. I'm Shank, the proprietor. You'll find a clean bed and a hot meal for a fair price here. Varric Germain's our trader. Hodless Maud, our smith. Valen Amo, our clothier, and Argola, our pawnbroker. Household services are available at the big governor's hall on the hill to the northeast. The Mages Guild is in the southwest corner of town. They have an alchemist, enchanter, mage, and nightblade. Various other folks in town offer training. Ah, that shovel. It's a symbol of my past as a miner. I worked hard until I could buy this inn. The shovel became a memento of my journey, so I named the place after it. Peckish.
Cast far, cast true. Hey, leadsman, call your mark.
That did.
Nothing's key. Speak, traveler.
Probably shouldn't be eating bittergreen. That just seems like a bad idea.
What's this about?
Fresh game.
Reasonable prices for top quality magic.
Good day. Let's do business.
Say that again. Melvos has been arrested? Curse my old bones. I moved too slow. Still, he should have taken greater care. I appreciate the effort nonetheless. I have a proposition. There's a teleportation artifact called a Proprilon Index. I know where to find 10 of these Proprilon indices. I'll tell you where to find one, you bring it to me, and I'll pay you 500 gold and tell you where to find the next one. And, when you've brought me all 10, I'll make you a Master Proprilon Index, so you can travel back and forth between a Caldera and the 10 Proprilon chambers all over Vardenfell. If you're interested, I'll tell you where to look for the first one. I'm interested. Good, bring me the Holmarin Proprilon Index, and I'll pay you 500 gold. It's a tiny, gray, thumb-shaped thing about the size of a key. I've learned it's available from Argola the pawnbroker here in Caldera, 3 buildings down to the right. It's not actually enchanted as such, so don't expect a detect enchantment spell to locate it. You delivered my message, let us say no more on the matter. Caldera has a real Western flavor, makes Outlanders like myself feel right at home. Caldera's rich and bound to get richer. That's why we have a guild here, associate. We can provide magical protection for the mines and the ebony inside, and get a slice of the profit in return. We have to fund our research somehow. I'm used to Dark Elf myself. There's nothing offensive about the phrase. We have the same passion and courage as the Dark Elves here. Our accents are a little softer, perhaps. Life in Cyrodiil brings a certain cultural refinement, as well as a more relaxed demeanor. Personally, I can't stand all that solemn duty that the Redoran preach, or the arrogance that comes with it. I need you to investigate the murder of Antelas Salubar. He was a magician of the Mages Guild living in Pelagiad. He's been found dead in his own home. I'm concerned that if there's no clear suspect, the Imperial authorities will let it slide. We can't let the murder of one of our own go unpunished, Charlie. Go to Pelagiad, find the culprit, and bring them to justice. I'm also seeking assistance with a troubling issue that we've been unable to resolve. A few months ago, one of our guild members, a Khajiit, vanished without a trace. We searched tirelessly for weeks, fearing the worst, but when we found no leads, we had to let it go. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time a Khajiit has gone missing in Morrowind, if you understand my meaning. However, after exchanging letters with colleagues from other branches of the guild, I've discovered our companion's disappearance was not an isolated incident. It seems that several other Khajiit working in our guild also vanished around the same time, and that cannot be a coincidence. I've reached out to the leaders of the other chapters for help in uncovering this mystery, but they all seem too preoccupied with their own affairs to give this matter the attention it deserves. If you help me uncover where the Khajiit have gone, or any reason that explains their disappearance, I will reward you, Charlie. What do you say? Are you willing to take on this task? Of course. Do you have any idea where to start? Good. I'm not sure where you might find clues, but you can start by talking to the companions of the missing member. His name was Drovir. He didn't have many friends here, or enemies for that matter, but perhaps he shared some information with someone before he disappeared, no matter how small, that could help us resume the search. If you come across anything that could be useful, don't hesitate to let me know. In principle, we gather great minds in one place to further research and exchange ideas. We also school those with arcane inclinations in different fields of magic. In practice, at least in Caldera, we're a group of mercenaries hired to guard the slaves in the ebony mines. Means we're also required to prevent them from escaping. No, I don't much like it, but we're an imperial guild and therefore at the service of the Emperor. I don't think Melvos will survive long breaking rocks for the Empire. If only I could make sure he was transferred to the Caldera mines. Raylan? He was one of our apprentices here in Caldera, yes. I'm sad to see him go, but all the signs point to it have been his choice. I can't justify using guild resources on a search party to find someone who doesn't want to come back. He'll return when he wants to, no doubt. He's a bright boy. He'll do all right.
Any progress on your investigation? We can't let the murder of Antler Salabar go unpunished.
I don't know if I can be any help with this matter, Charlie. Drovir was very discreet about his personal affairs. He almost never talked about what he was working on, and as I told Folmes when the disappearance happened, Drovir didn't use the teleportation service that day to go anywhere. I only remember teleporting him once, and that was a couple months before he disappeared. I always got the impression he didn't like it. I think it makes him feel sick. He mentioned he was going to visit another Khajiit at Wolverine Hall and had me transport him there. He didn't even use the guild guide to return. He managed to make the journey back on his own. After that, he would send letters or similar messages whenever he wanted to communicate with someone. That's right, Raylan came through a few days ago asking for teleport to Vivec. I didn't think much of it at the time. He's been going to Vivec a lot over the past few months. He did seem happier than usual, excited maybe. He didn't tell me anything about his plans, for a change. Maybe that should have been suspicious. I'm sorry I can't be more help. I hope you find him. He was hardly my favorite person, but it's really worrying Medilla.
What can I do for you today?
I knew Drovir well. He was friendly yet enigmatic, as most Khajiit are. We joined the guild at a similar time, but never got close. In the months leading up to his disappearance, he began to distance himself from the rest of us. He seemed driven by some obsession he never cared to reveal or explain. I simply assumed he had left willingly to pursue whatever it was that had captivated him, so I didn't think too much of it. These things do happen in the world of mages. The only thing I knew that might be relevant, though I'm not sure how, is that just before his disappearance, Drovir was trying to learn alteration magic despite a struggling grasp of it. He was one of the best illusionists I've ever met, capable of charming a Daedroth in a blink, yet he couldn't even cast a basic water-breathing spell.
May I interest you in something?
Raylan? He was one of the apprentices here at the guild and used to share a room with Medilla. He left quite suddenly not long ago. Medilla's been asking about information if you've heard anything.
I'm sure we can work out a fair price.
Oh, friend, how about a potion today?
Drovir, you say? I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about him. I've heard my colleagues mention his name more than once, but by the time I arrived he was already gone. The only things I know about him is what I've heard around here. In the months leading up to his disappearance, he became very withdrawn and barely spoke to anyone, which is probably why almost no one has really missed him. Perhaps another member of our guild can provide you with more information.
I must be going, so if you could...
Reasonable prices for top-quality magic.
The Guilds Act requires members to be examined for certain skill and rank requirements before they can be sold novice robes of any of the mage disciplines. Do you wish to be examined now? Not right now.
Speak
you may
freely,
return
friend.
at any time, associate.
Can we hurry this up?
Reasonable prices for top-quality magic.
Hello, Rotha. I'm Erlandil, the alchemist from Cloudrest. I came here to gather some very rare plants and make unique potions from them. Unfortunately, Vardenfell seems to be a dangerous place, and I don't dare leave Caldera. Fighting is not one of my strong suits. Indeed, I'm working on a recipe for some very special potions. I've come all the way from Cloudrest to Vardenfell to collect some plants called Nirnroot that seem to be extraordinarily magical here on Vardenfell. It is the main component of the elixir I want to make. I've already experimented with the species that is growing on the Somerset Isle, but it turned out they don't have enough magical power to make a very good elixir. About a year ago, a friend of mine showed me a sample of the Nirnroot that grows here on Vardenfell, and I discovered tremendous potential within it. You look like you travel around Vardenfell. Are you interested in collecting 5 pieces of Nirnroot and bringing them to me? Sure. I'm glad you want to help. You'll find the Vardenfell Nirnroot only close to water and only in the Ascadian Isles and Bitter Coast region. The plant tends to grow in tight, shady, wet spots, so it might be hard to find. Fortunately, the Nirnroot emits a faint, pulsating note, which you can hear from a distance, so keep your ears open when you travel along the coast. I wrote everything you need to know on this note here. Take it. Good luck on your travels, Rotha.
You have my attention.
Okay, we have plant hunting in the Bitter Coast.
You seem light on spells. Let us talk business. You seem light on spells.
Yeah, I'm a little light on spells. Okay, so we need to go to Pelagia to investigate a murder.
What do you want?
We also need to cook our hound meat that we've acquired. Come on. Alright. Off to Pelagia do we go. I think Morrowind just crashed. Morrowind just crashed! Oh boy! Well, I think we're gonna call it a night then. So Morrowind says we're done.